guys, welcome to Commodity King, the second in the series here. And this time around, we are talking about horticulture. India is the second largest market in the world when it comes to horticulture. And we are in Nagpur. We are talking about citrus here. As you can see, I am in an orange orchard right now. And Nagpur oranges actually are the most famous. This is called the Orange City in India. And the Nagpur oranges actually contribute 3% to the global markets when it comes to oranges. It's a huge citrus market as well. And who best to talk about all of this? We have with us Mr. Naresh Jawa, who's from All Fresh, which is an enterprise of WayCool. Mr. Jawa, hi, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And you are the orange man, clearly, but this is not just what you do. You do dabble into various other fruits as well. Let's start with that first. And how strong or big is the horticulture market in India?
Yeah, horticulture, as you would be knowing, it is second largest. India is the second largest producer of horticulture in the world, fruit and vegetable both. And luckily, India has all the zones, whether it is for the temperate zone or tropical zone. So we have variety of fruits grown in India, starting from the apple, pears, plum, peaches, going right up to the mangoes and citrus all over the country, and guava and papaya, and you have everything available here. India is blessed with, I would say, good climate conditions to produce the best of fruit in the world.
Mr. Jawa, as we can see, I mean, this time the trees are laden and so many oranges. You were telling me earlier that last couple of years were not so great.
Yes.
But how is this year now? I mean,
yeah, this year the crop is very good. And it is not just, there are two seasons of orange. Or in the first season we are going right now. It will last up to 15 December. Second will start from end of January. Both the season, luckily, this year the crop is good. So I expect consumers will feel happy. Much cheaper fruit, much better quality fruit they will get to eat compared to the previous 2 years that they have seen. Yeah.
And India doesn't export much of oranges, do we? We actually end up importing a lot of various varieties of citrus.
Yes, you're right. India is not exporting oranges particularly. Some fruits may be exported, like grapes, they are exporting large quantities. But here the technology penetration in terms of post-harvest management, pre-harvest inputs, nutrients to be given to the tree, those are still lacking. And once I'm sure this will also, you will see a big change in the next 3-4 years in this sector also.
Yeah. So since Nagpur oranges are so famous, other cities and states, do they also end up growing the same variety?
Yes, Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan, both of them are growing the Nagpur orange variety. They take the saplings from this area and grow there, and luckily they are able to do a good job. So good for country.
So how much citrus does India grow, and what is the percentage market share of Nagpur oranges?
So India roughly grows about 90 to 1 lakh tons of total citrus. Out of this, I believe that Nagpur oranges contributes about 25%.
Okay.
And 2/3 of the Nagpur orange is grown in Maharashtra, and about 1/3 in Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan.
You've entered this market 2 or 3 years ago, as you told us, and you've done a commendable job with the kind of machinery, manufacturing, and the fields that you've taken in, the farmers who are associated with you as well. So when you look at on an year-on-year basis, what percentage growth do you see in your work?
So we started our operations in the Jhalawad area of Rajasthan because we could get a machine there, and we did our experiments in the wax coating of the Nagpur oranges. And here we have entered about 3-4 years ago, and every year we are progressing. And the main difficulty we found was in the infrastructure and the farmer education as to how the improved quality of the produce, etc. The response has been excellent from the farmer side.
And what about, when we talk about horticulture, the major concerns really are about cold storages, logistics, ensuring that you can store the fruit well and post-harvesting. Yeah. Where do you see yourself there?
So as far as the 3-4 things that you mentioned, let's say cold chain logistics, that India has made some progress in the last 10 years, I would say. And Apple, to a large extent, has got the infrastructure for storage of apple. Yeah, as much as 5 lakh tons of apple can be stored in the country now. But in the orange side, you require a different temperature controls, and their infrastructure is yet to develop. So we are hoping the logistics part, I would say that the road infrastructure has vastly improved in the country.
Okay.
The time taken by the fruit earlier from here to Delhi was almost 60 hours. Now it has come down to almost 36 hours.
All right.
It's a big change for the produce, which is dependent that if the time is less, you will get better quality fruit at the destination. Next season is slightly sweeter, and that time actually summer starts and people have huge preference for the oranges at that time. But even this time, the orange is quite sweet.
Have you tasted some of them? You did.
I'll get you to taste some of the fruit, and I'm sure you will like it. Yeah.
When it comes to oranges, how do you see demand on ground also? Because one, it's laden with vitamin C.
Yes.
Two, post-COVID, a lot of people actually got into citrus. And people who are dieting, I mean, it is very low in calorie content and has great fiber and everything great going about it.
Yes. So the orange is, I think demand is not an issue. The issue is only the post-harvest management, quality control, etc. I don't think India, there's any shortage of demand or something. Peak winter time, say around 15th December to 15th January, you can say the orange in the North India, first the kinnu starts coming. That is even sweeter than orange. And secondly, people are slightly careful that slightly sour fruit may lead to bad throat and all that. But rest of the country, there is no problem on the demand. Huge demand is there.
What states consume more oranges, more citrus, would you say?
Yeah, by and large, I think all over the country, orange is very popular. But normally I see, because in the winter also, entire southern part of the country, there is a huge demand of the orange. And they take a lot of kinnus also, although it comes from Punjab, almost 2,500 kilometers away. But there is a huge demand for that also. I don't think there is any area of the country where I see less demand.
So while there are all kinds of fruits here, all varieties of fruits here as well, bigger in size, slightly sour, more sweet, does the industry also, it's parted with the categorization there?
Yes, certainly. Because we have found that the bigger size fruit is preferred more in the northern side, Haryana, Punjab, Chandigarh, etc., Delhi. And the medium size is preferred in the southern side and the smaller size in the eastern side. West takes a lot of mix of everything almost. So there is a preference for the size.
And all of these companies who make orange juices, I mean, how do they source it?
In India, actually, there are not any producers of the orange juices.
Okay.
There is only one new company which came in Nanded, Maharashtra, that is Citrus India. Last 2 years, they were also not working. I believe this year they have started working again.
So much of the orange juice that India drinks?
Mostly orange juice comes from abroad.
Okay.
It could be.
So value addition is something that this industry is still lacking.
Exactly. I would say there is a very big need for this farmers if some processing unit is put up here. Because the inferior quality fruit, it's really goes waste and farmer income is reduced. So with that, that will be a big benefit to the farmers.
And since we are talking about oranges here and horticulture, who best to transition to than the farmers here? And we have some of them here as well. नमस्कार. और इस बार तो सुनने को मिल रहा है कि
डॉक्टर अशोक खोपे, फार्मर सेक्रेटरी, फाउंडर सेक्रेटरी, उत्क्रांति एग्रो प्रोड्यूसर कंपनी, which is a farmer company, farmer producer company, and जो फार्मर्स से ऑरेंज कल्टीवेटर ज्यादा है करके हमारे जो कंपनी है वो 2015 में हमने स्टार्ट किए। और ये जो फार्मर प्रोड्यूसर कंपनी है, ये जो संतरा कल्टीवेटर है, उनके संतरे को अच्छे दाम मिलने के बजाय और मिलेंगे ये आशा करके हमने वो।
तो कब से है ये एफपीओ?
2015
से है। और पिछले 2 साल कैसे रहे आपके हिसाब से संतरे के लिए?
वो कोरोना का जो काल था उसमें तो बहुत दिक्कत हो गई, लेकिन अभी 5-2 साल हो गए तो वो अच्छे चल रहे हैं। पिछले साल को भी ग्रो कंपनी थी और ये साल अल्फ्रेश कंपनी है, दोनों का संयुक्त व्यवसाय है हमारा।
इस साल प्रोडक्शन कैसी है? पिछले साल
प्रोडक्शन जो संतरे का है वो जरा सड़ने के जो रॉटन हो रहे ये बहुत धूप हो रही है तो करके वो जब गल रहे हैं, ड्रॉप हो रहे हैं, और फार्मर जो है वो फवारे और जो रहे थे
पाइप्स हमने देखा है यहाँ पर
वो व्यवस्थापन कर रहे हैं, लेकिन वो जो संतरा है वो जरा सा रॉटन हो रही है इस साल, और जो क्वालिटी रही थी वो जरा बिगड़ रही है।
ओके। लेकिन आपको दाम मिलेंगे इस बार अच्छे, आपको लगता है ना?
साहब जो
दाम साफ है, दाम सेट है। ऑलराइट, कभी आपने सोचा कि संतरे के अलावा भी कुछ और करें? या आपको लगता है कि संतरा एक
हमारा ध्येय है फार्मर प्रोड्यूसर कंपनी का कि संतरा व्यतिरिक्त वो ग्रेन है उसका भी करेंगे। जो कपास है, जो पपैया है, टोमेटो है, उस पर भी करेंगे हम। ऐसा है।
तो इस बार फसल के कैसे आपको दाम मिलते हुए नजर आए हैं? अच्छे हैं पिछले साल के कंपैरिजन में?
पिछले साल के कंपैरिजन में अच्छे है, लेकिन क्वालिटी के संतरों जो ऑरेंज है उसको ही दाम अच्छे है। जो चूरा बोलते हो, ये साइज जो है
छोटे वाला साइज,
ये इसको कोई नहीं, ये चूरे में जाता है।
और ये तो बहुत ही छोटा है। ये
नहीं, ये रुका है,
ये अगले सीजन में,
अगले सीजन का
अगले सीजन का है, जो फरवरी में निकलते है। और ये जो है आंबिया बोलती है, इसमें रुक बोलती है।
अच्छा,
जो चूरा निकलता है यहाँ, उसका जूस और पल्प करने का भी इरादा है। क्योंकि हमारी जो कंपनी है वो आत्मा जो रहता है कृषि खाते, वो जो रहता है उससे स्टडी है वो।
तो आप कितने सालों से यहाँ पर संतरे का फार्मिंग करते हैं?
वो बहुत हमारे पीढ़ी।
अच्छा, ये
संतरे का है।
और यहाँ से और कुछ एरिया बढ़ाने की बात हो रही है? किस तरह की सहूलतें आपको यहाँ पे मिलती है? ऑल फ्रेश तो है ही, लेकिन सरकार की तरफ से और बाकी जो एफपीओ का जो रेगुलेशंस है उसके हिसाब से कुछ मिलता है?
सपोर्ट मिलता है हम। तो करीबन हमको 15 लाख का अनुदान मिला है ये प्रोसेसिंग करने के बजाय। तो मिलता है वो, और हमारे संतरे को अच्छे दाम मिले, यही हमारी अपेक्षा है।
और कितने किसान है टोटल यहाँ पर?
800 किसान हमारे
एफपीओ में है।
एफपीओ।
और कितने टोटल किसान हैं?
20,000 हेक्टेयर का है। और ये बरूड और मोर्शी तहसील जो है वो पूरा संतरा ही। और हमारे जो मेंबर है वो बरूड और मोर्शी जो रहे तालुक का है उसमें से सम्मिलित है।
और टोटल किसान कितने हैं?
किसान तो मतलब हर इंसान किसान है, लोग यहाँ पे है। हमारे यहाँ
संतरे
और मोर्शी में जितने किसान लोग
उनके पास संतरे के बगीचे,
उसमें से 90% लोग जो है वो किसान है। और उनके पास संतरे के बगीचे 90% लोगों के पास। और यहाँ पे जरूर ये जो
दूसरा
फैक्ट्री है,
फैक्ट्री
है, ये फैक्ट्री में यहाँ जो गाँव है इसमें भी 90% लोग जो है किसान और उनके पास संतरे के बगीचे है।
All right, so that is about farmers who do tell us that 90% of people within this area do orange as a cultivation. Of course, they do other crops as well within the time, but there's an FPO with 800 members here, and I'm assuming that there are more FPOs around this place as well. Mr. Jawa, this is a question we ask everybody on. What is your passion within this area that led you to a business of horticulture, perishable fruits, that is?
Yeah, so I was in railways. I'm a basically mechanical engineer from the railway. I got into the Container Corporation of India. They were setting up a new subsidiary for long-term storage of apples near Delhi. So I was the CEO of that company. And I had my first interaction with the sector, the farmers, the other people. And from there, my interest grew into this sector. And I realized there is a huge amount of work that needs to be done to help the livelihood of the farmers and also help the consumers get the best quality fruit. So it was the first controlled atmosphere storage for apples in India. Now that was the biggest also till date, the 12,000 ton capacity. Now country is seeing 5 lakh ton storage capacity for apple. So this is that made me interested into this, and then we got into the orange. We did initial experiment in the coating of oranges. We were the first company to start that. And we found the acceptability was very fast. That time Bharti Walmart was there, and they placed the order on us that the entire quantity we can bring out from our pack house. They booked that we will not supply to anybody else.
Okay.
They like the quality so much. So one by one, that is how the interest developed into this.
All right. So if you weren't doing this, what else would Mr. Naresh Jawa be doing?
I was in railways. I could have continued, but my passion brought me here. Yeah. So, and last 15 years, I am in this business, and I am enjoying it even now. I think there is a massive amount of work that still needs to be done, whether government support or with the investors. There is a lot of private equity also coming into this sector. And that has really helped. We also got the benefit of that. WayCool also got it. And we are seeing modernization taking place in the post-harvest management as well. We are able to get the scientists from abroad, talk to them, show them things, and they are able to tell us as to what is the best we can do. I took those scientists to apple farmer also about 10, 12 years ago. And they still thank me for those things.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So as you're talking about the post-harvest facility and manufacturing and packaging, let's head straight to that.
Yeah, sure.
Orange is the third largest fruit produced in India after mango and banana. And while we are the ninth largest producing country when it comes to oranges, Mr. Jawa, the concerns mostly for perishable horticulture are the post-harvest. And we do see that you have a processing and a packaging unit here as well. Where is the kind of investment that you had to put in and how has that worked for you?
So this facility will cost anywhere around 2 to 2.5 crore rupee.
Each facility?
Each facility. And we have 3 of them at the moment. Of course, the investment has been made by others. We have taken them on long-term lease.
Okay.
But more important than that is we had to invite the foreign scientists in the horticulture to advise us on all the things that are required in the post-harvest management of the fruit.
Okay.
Particularly the citrus. Earlier for apple and we have done for citrus also. Those that accumulated knowledge we have used to implement here based on the scenario available here of the infrastructure and manpower, etc. But slowly we do intend to improve our system to the world-class levels so that our Indian consumers get to eat the best of fruit that is produced in India.
So how long after the fruit comes in from the farm to this facility do you keep it here?
We keep it here not more than 24 hours.
Okay.
It takes a machine has a capacity of 4 to 5 tons per hour. And within a day, the fruit gets shipped out from there. And nowadays, the logistics time is also not much. So you can say 48 to maybe 72 hours.
Max.
The max. Fruit is reaching the wholesale markets and the consumer a day later.
So with the way the trends are changing and most retailers source directly from the companies, so who would be your largest traders or largest retailers at this point in time?
Yeah, right now the Reliance Fresh is our biggest customer in terms of the volume. But each and every modern retail in Bangalore, Hyderabad, they are our customers. We supply the fruit to them. In Pune also we supply the fruit to them. So other than that, the wholesale markets are there. They are going on some pre-contracts and like that.
So Mr. Jawa, that is about the investments that you make in the machinery. But when it comes to human scale, how does that work for you? I mean, these are trained personnel.
Yeah, so it is a challenge. These people are not trained, but we have trained them over the period of time. Last 2 years, more or less the same people are working with us. So every day, the training is every day in the morning when the shift starts. We train them for different kind of work that they're doing. So that because their work is monotonous in nature, repetitive. So to break that monotony, we keep shifting them from one place to other also. And simultaneously tell them the importance of the work that they're doing.
These are various plates. So what we do understand is...
The sizes, you can say 96, 140, 170. These are the mandi parlance, what the sizes mean.
Right.
I told you 5 pieces per kg, 6 pieces per kg. There is 171 is 7 pieces per kg, 28, 9, 10.
Okay.
Pieces per kg. This is, but the mandi parlance is this. So we are using that.
So then this
And
is...
they come out and from there they go for packing.
So all of this stuff is coming from one farmer or one FPO. So you will pay them according to the sizes, quality?
We pay farmer wise. FPO is only to help us contact with the farmer and they become a kind of agency who have set up infrastructure. But actually we pay directly to the farm.
Okay.
The FPO charges nothing from. They charge us the lease rent for your place. That costs.
Mr. Jawa, this is something that I always ask a producer on. What is the cost of per kg orange for you? Because we end up paying quite a high cost. So the best quality oranges that you have perhaps here, how much are
So
they?
what happens, you see the orange best fruit that is available, that is costing about 40 rupees to us.
40 rupees a kg.
Yeah,
Okay.
that is the best orange we have. From there onward, all the logistics and various costs get added on to that. And I think we sell in the, let's say in Delhi, about 55, 56 rupees to the modern retail there. Swiggy, we are supplying there. Thereafter, what they charge, I have no control.
Well, I can tell you that I haven't paid less than 100 rupees a kg, and that also is on a lower conservative side. So clearly, there's a lot to understand when it comes to perishables. And thank you so much, Mr. Jawa, for joining us today, showing us around, taking us around your facility, and sharing so much knowledge with us.
Thank you so much. My pleasure.
Thank you.